Barry, 3 years to go in the contract, and we've arrived at the same discussion once again in Sheffield. Fans have been coming here, many of them since 1977, and they all want to know what the future holds.
So do I really do. Look, I can't be more honest with people and say, my hand on my heart says I want to stay at Sheffield, I want to stay at the Crucible. Obviously, money talks, and we are getting inundated with offers around the world. And there's a certain argument to say that we should actually take the World Championships around the world to a different venue every year. Some of the venues want to pay money that I've never experienced. Others just want to show their love and support for snooker. We've always said from day one, we've been very consistent. Broadcasters that we've worked with have done a good job for us and have been part of our history. We're going to stay with as much as we can if they want to stay with us. Venues that we've used and people that we've relied on to be the fans have been good to us. We want to stay with them as long as they want us. Common sense says I have a fiduciary duty to the players to provide the biggest prize money because they're professional athletes. And, you know, there's no point in saying, oh, think of the history. You can't eat history. Sport, to be progressive, has got to provide bigger and bigger prize funds, or it's not going to be competitive in today's world and will no longer be aspirational to young people that we want to see come into the sport.
Were you able to separate that history and that emotion when Steve Davis won the World Championship in 1981 and everything that has come for the sport and for you as well since that moment?
Why would I not be so keen to stay in the Crucible if I didn't? If I ignored that history? 1981 changed my life, and I'm forever grateful for that, and I'll do what I can. But I can't turn around to the players and say, your prize money could be 10 times bigger if we went somewhere else. How many players do you honestly think, hand on heart, would say, no, I want to stay at the Crucible? Now, there's a halfway house. Please, build me a venue. Do you know how many fans that I'm disappointing every year that want to come to the Crucible?
Can World Snooker, can we not build a venue? If you look at the MCC putting the money into Lords, I mean, can snooker invest in a venue? Why should we be relying on Sheffield City Council?
Because they get the benefits of what snooker has done for Sheffield. Billions and billions of pounds of investment coming into Sheffield and surrounding areas from China, from overseas, on the back of this massive advert for the city. So, listen, it's 50-50. Can we help? Of course we can help. What you got? I'm waiting to hear. I'm still waiting. The silence is deafening. Over to you. Tell me what you want to do. I've got 1,001 options. Ideally, hand on heart, I'll stay here. But I've got to make it closer in comparison to what the other venues are offering, or I lose the love and support of the players. Because there some
and the fans.
And the fans are saying to me, I've been trying for 5 years to get a ticket. This is not good. When you have supply so under the level of demand, eventually people get fed up and just don't go. And that's the beginning of a slow death. You've got to be able to supply the fans with the product they want. I understand that. But I need 3,000 seats, not 850. I can't survive this business. I can't grow this business unless I have a relationship in whatever financial form. You know, we have money. You want me to build it with them? We can talk. We can talk.
For the sport as well.
Of course. Yeah, but no, the sport is my life. This is the same thing. When you say the sport, it's the same, whether it's pool, whether it's fishing, whether it's... That's what I live for.
Okay.
But I live also to build something that will inspire kids around the world to want to play this sport and entertain fans with a level of excellence never before seen. I'm not having this problem with darts. I'm having it with it because of my loyalty over the years to the Crucible.
Well, the snooker made you, Barry, didn't it, as you say often. I just want to ask you as well, a lot of fans are seeing Riyadh season plastered all over boards here, and fans are thinking, well, is this will this be one of my last pilgrimages to this great city? You say you've got a lot of options on the table. Is Riyadh, is Saudi option number one?
It's an option.
Is it option number one right now?
No, it's an option of many options. It's more of an option than it's more of an auction than an option, if you like. This is a massive event. Sometimes we take it for granted, and we're taking it for granted. No, but people, we are taking it for granted. Sheffield City haven't spoken to me for a year about this.
Have you tried to?
Yeah, I'm saying to them, please come back to me. You're the ones got the building. You're building all over Sheffield. Build me something. Build me something. That's all I ask for. I don't want, you know. I want to do something that benefits both of us. But at the same time, and you'll know more because you spend more time talking to players than anybody else, the chance of having a £5 million first prize as against £500,000 first prize. Where are they going to go? You tell me.
Are you wary then and worried about?
You didn't answer the question. You didn't answer the question. Where do you think, in your professional experience, do you think players would choose to go if they could make £5 million first prize as against 500,000?
I think there are varying opinions actually, and I think Hussein Vafai might go where the big money is. Listening to some of his comments, I don't think he sees the charm of the Crucible. Talking to some other players, I feel that maybe they'll think, well, actually, they might be more loyal to this event.
I think in the real world, and I've operated my whole life.
I think it's split though, in my opinion, speaking to all the players.
It's a landslide. We'll go where the money is, they all tell me. It's a landslide. There might be 2 or 3 kids who grew up dreaming and still have that dream. But it's a landslide for money. But then it's our job to say, maybe that's not the right way. There's alternatives. I can take the view that the World Championships perhaps should be moved all over the world every year.
That's what Ding Junhui said earlier.
Yes, one in Beijing.
Starting in China, obviously.
Well, he would say China. But you see, we've spent years being, China's such an important market to us. Suddenly in 6 months, the Middle East looks like the biggest market in the world.
Do you feel now that now more than ever you want to really offer players that prize money with the rumours and the breakaway tours? And you've got to be a little bit worried about that, though.
Not in the slightest.
Is that why the big money's on the table for potentially the World Championship?
No. Listen, breakaways, whatever. People are allowed to do what they want to do. They can go and do it. It's not going to affect me. We have the World Championships, we have the Masters. If you like to talk about history, we have the history. And we have a growing sport that's prize money is going to be 20 million this year. And we started at 3.5. We've done a great job. No one can disagree with that. That doesn't mean to say that someone doesn't come along with £1 more. What price loyalty? You must remember the phrase, 6pence a share. You don't, you were too young to remember. But what I'm saying is, when we talk about breakaway tours, the players, there's no need for a breakaway tour. They can play both. They can, as long as they abide by their world contract, which says you don't do something that clashes with the day, you're free. And if that's what you want, I say do what you want. You're your own individual. You've got your own life, your own wives and children. Do what you want. But we know exactly where we're going, and I think you'll want to be on that merry-go-round.
Okay, and finally, you're retired now. Yeah. You say that there's all these options on the table. Who is going to ultimately make the decision?
Well, Eddie Hearn is the chairman of all the subsidiary groups, other than snooker, where Steve Dawson is the man in charge.
So it's in Eddie's hands.
Eddie runs the business, and I have an opinion, as you know. Like you,
really,
like you, I never stay quiet, but I don't have to be listened to because I don't have the power. But I'm enjoying my life, and I enjoy coming up to the Crucible, and I'll be back for the final. Okay, let's end this on a really positive note because we've got a wonderful championship ahead of us, already underway. Who do you think will be walking away with that trophy? I think Ronnie O'Sullivan will win it again. And another Triple Crown like Davis and Hendry and Mark Williams, incredible at his age? An amazing victory for the ambassador of snooker in Saudi Arabia. On that, could you have done that deal without Ronnie? What deal? Oh no, Ronnie's deal was entirely separate. He'd already done the other deals. Okay. No, but what Ronnie did was he went to Saudi, got extremely well paid, and he won the tournament. And they got inspired by it. And this is what the top players can do, and they can be really useful. The top 8 players went out for a tournament, but on the back of it, we got a ranking tournament for 128. That's called working as a team. So you want to be selfish and think of yourself for 5 minutes, it's not a problem to me. Go and do what you like, because we're on a fast train, baby. And we're on the fast train, and you could be stuck on the platform. You got to get on the train as well, so go on. Thank you so much.